Canada has been silent for too long. For years, Canada has been one of the biggest steel suppliers to the United States. Every year, millions of tons of Canadian steel are shipped to American factories. That steel is used to build skyscrapers, bridges, cars, and even military equipment. But have we ever been treated fairly? No.
Ontario, where Prime Minister Mark Carney has unveiled a set of measures to protect the Canadian steel industry. The move coming as the steel sector in Canada struggles under the weight of 50% U.S. tariffs. Carney says Canada has one of the most open steel markets in the world, and changing conditions mean Canada needs a new approach.
Over time, we become too dependent on the United States as our biggest customer, with more than 90% of our steel exports going south of the border. So moving forward, we must diversify our trade relationships. And above all, we must rely more on Canadian steel for Canadian projects. And those shifts start today.
We've been forced to sell our steel at extremely low prices because of pressure from the US. They want cheap raw materials, and they expect us to keep providing it, no matter how much it costs us. Even when our production costs go up, we're still expected to compete with countries like China and India, even though our steel is much higher in quality. But this isn't just about price. This is about how the US sees Canada, not as a partner, but as a resource pool. A country that's supposed to keep supplying whatever they need, as if we exist just to support their economy. They know we've always kept selling because we're scared of losing access to the American market. That's been our mistake. We've become too dependent. We've believed that this so-called economic partnership is fair and balanced. But the truth is, they gain more than we do. They buy our steel cheap, turn it into high-value products, and even sell it back to us at premium prices. And we've said nothing, but not anymore. Canada is not a weak country. We have the natural resources, we have the workers, and most importantly, we have our dignity. We can't keep living under America's economic shadow. This isn't a trade relationship. This is economic exploitation. It's time to stand up.
President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen.
We've got to break free from this toxic dependency. Canada is a strong, resource-rich country. We've got trading partners all over the world. We can sell our steel to Europe, to Asia, to any country that's willing to treat us fairly. We don't need to cave to America's demands. We can build up our own industries. We can invest in our own infrastructure. We can take care of our own workers instead of sacrificing them for American profits. This isn't about isolation. It's about independence. It's time to show the world that Canada can stand on its own, that we're not just the quiet neighbor next door, that we won't be pushed around or bullied into giving up our most valuable resources. We're not America's steel warehouse. We're forced to sell our raw steel at low prices and then buy back American-made products built from that very same steel at 10 times the cost. Cars, military equipment, heavy machinery, all made with Canadian steel, and all sold back to us at outrageously high prices. So let's ask ourselves, is that fair?